have anything scripted, but I was asked by Karen to speak about the home hospitality program, and I actually recently had my first home hospitality experience. I became a member of IIE last year in the spring. Press Askew, who I'm sure many of you know, got me involved with the organization and volunteering and that sort of thing, and I always heard that the home hospitality was the best part. So I did the training in the summer, maybe early fall, and every time I would get an email from Tessa, I would try really hard to respond and get on the list, but I was always too slow, always working or something, and could never get those visitors because I don't know who was snatching them up, someone that wasn't me. But then I had the opportunity 3 or 4 weeks ago to host 3 Humphreys Fellows at my house, and it was kind of a crazy work week, and it snuck up on me, so I was throwing things together for dinner at the last minute, really worried about my culinary skills. They're not up to par. I live with my best friend from college, and I had invited 2 other girlfriends, one that I lived with in Germany, and one that I studied abroad with 1 semester at sea, over. And so I pulled up to the Comfort Inn, and in front of me were 3 people who were amazing, but I had no idea what we were going to have in common, or no idea what we were going to talk about, and I kind of panicked for a moment, like, oh gosh, there's 4 24-year-olds waiting at my house for them. What could we possibly talk about for 3 hours? And I think they were equally as surprised to see this young girl coming out of the car and welcoming them into our home, which is a tiny home. We actually pulled a table from our outside in to accommodate everyone for dinner. But we sat down at dinner, the 7 of us, and we just started talking, and I think that it was really interesting to hear the theme of the night is stories, because I think I was worried that maybe things would be too formal or conversation wouldn't flow. I didn't really know what we were going to talk about, considering they came from very different places and educations and backgrounds, and we were so young, and they were a lot older than us, and they were probably expecting an older couple, and we were 4 girls who were all still in our first job since college, and we don't know what we're doing, but we sat down with them, and conversation flowed from how they got into Humphreys Fellows program and why they were here, and their jobs and our jobs and our life stories and love stories and relationships, and it turned into this 3.5-hour dinner where there were tears and laughter, and finally Renata, who's from Brazil, kind of addressed the elephant in the room, and she said, "Why did you do this? Why did you young girls pick to have us over? We were expecting something really different." And I said, "Well, for the same reason that you wanted to be a part of this, though we're still in the mistake-making phase of our life and we don't really know what's next. We want to learn from you, and we want to be citizens of the world, and we want to learn about your culture and where you're from." And not only that, but we just got to such a real level in the conversation, and sharing those stories and those experiences. I think that in the beginning they were a little bit nervous to be around 4 24-year-olds, but in the end, we got really great feedback from them. They all emailed the 4 of us and just said how grateful they were and how they were humbled by the conversation. And I think Ken from Kenya put it best when he said, somewhere between the life stories and the goals and the dreams that we all discussed, 7 strangers became the perfect extended family, and he wrote that in an email to me. And I think that it was in that moment that I realized I might not have had the most intellectual, politics-driven conversation, but we all learned something from each other, and I think that that's the point of the home hospitality, is to learn from each other and to share your stories and your experiences. And I know that I walked away learning a lot, and I'm constantly thinking of the things that they told me and the advice they gave me. but I also know for a fact that they are doing the same because of what they said in their feedback afterwards. So I'm just very grateful to have had the opportunity, and I hope to continue to have the opportunity to host people in my home. It's a little tiny, and my enchiladas may have been a little bit overcooked. I think it can only get better from here, and I'm just really grateful to IIE for letting me be a part of it. And I encourage anyone, if you haven't done home hospitality, to get on your email as soon as you get the list, and email back immediately because they go really fast. But it changed my week, and it changed my month, and changed my life because I will always be in contact with them, and I really learned a lot. So thank you.